So much of what we do in our lives is based on routine. We get up in the morning, we shower, eat breakfast, go to work, never really thinking about all the activities that make up our typical day. For the person with Alzheimer's disease, however, the day-to-day activities that we take for granted are anything but routine. Memory loss, confusion, emotional reactions, and physical losses mean every new day brings a fresh set of challenges to be coped with, to be met. In this module, we'll take a look at the kind of difficulties a person with Alzheimer's disease might have with daily tasks. And you'll meet some home support workers like yourselves who'll talk about what they do to make it easier for their clients to continue their day-to-day living as independently and as productively as possible.
In our day-to-day lives and activities, we place great value on our freedom, our independence, because that is what gives us our feelings of self-respect, of dignity. While Alzheimer's disease may eventually rob a person of their memory and their physical abilities, the disease cannot take away that inherent need we all have as human beings to contribute, to feel needed.
Whenever I go into my Alzheimer's client, I first introduce myself, also asking them their name, although I'm told, telling them what day it is, keeping the conversation, as I said, very lightly, a couple of things at a time, what we're going to do for maybe an hour or two, and then we take things on from there.
When I first began working with my Alzheimer's client, it took me several months to gain her trust and really to communicate properly with her. For example, when I first started going to their home, she would not let me look at the mail. She would promptly take the mail out of the mailbox and run directly upstairs and hide it on me. Now, after we have grown accustomed to each other, she will put the mail on the dining room table and she will ask my opinion on certain things that she has received in the mail. So after, I'd say about 6 months, we have become very close, good friends.
Being flexible and ready to adjust to changes in a client's capabilities is key to maintaining a rewarding relationship. Keeping tasks and activities simple can greatly reduce the chance of confusion or emotional reactions on the part of the person with Alzheimer's disease. Some of the most common activities involve getting ready for the day.
Working with an Alzheimer's person, you have to keep reminding him doing daily tasks like brushing hair, brushing teeth, face washing, whereas a normal person remembers to do these things.
The daily activities that I involve my client with is to start in the bedroom, and we'd slowly make the bed together. You have to be very patient, and even if they don't do it right, is not to be discouraged, because this is what you have to expect with the disease.
In choosing clothes, the client sometimes will take out what they want, or at certain stages they do not know what they want. So as time goes by, you know what their likes and dislikes are, so you give them something that you know they would like to be wearing. Dressing as Alzheimer's clients has to be very plain, no buttons, because they have problems with buttoning. So you find something that is zippered up or pulled over the head so that they can help themselves.
Meal times can create confusion for the client who has forgotten how to cook, use utensils, or even how to eat properly.
With my Alzheimer's client, I involve them in preparing meals. The specific meal that I'm there to prepare is lunch. Preparing, I always ask what they would like to have for lunch. And if they have a favorite meal, then I will prepare that and have them assist me with it. And they also will clean up the kitchen after preparing the meal and the dishes with me.
Well, some Alzheimer's clients cannot feed themselves at some stages, where some clients, you can give them finger foods and probably one utensil that they could use. And then you go from finger food onto the stage where you might have to feed them and help them.
One of the most beneficial things you can do is to find out as much as you can about your client, what their lives were like before Alzheimer, what was important to them as individuals.
It's important to know the background of my client because then I would understand where she's coming from, and I would be better able to cope with any situation that may arise. For example, typical wife and mother, she may become very bitter towards any help that I try to give her. And so what I usually do is I have her help me, and she may sense that she still has her role, and that she's not as angry or bitter about a homemaker coming into the family.
They might keep saying something in Italian and you probably don't know what it is. And talking to the family member, you would know exactly what it means. It could be something simple like, I want some water, and she's just speaking in Italian and you don't know.
The true value of exercise cannot be measured. Regular exercise helps to alleviate stress, refocus our energies. For the person with Alzheimer's disease, exercise can calm and relax while providing a feeling of satisfaction and accomplishment.
They love going out for walks. They just love going out and they love moving. And the fresh air and the movements and the exercise is very, very good for them.
Light activities can involve like going out to the garden in the backyard, watering the flowers, turning the hose on the front lawn. We both do it together. And also planting flowers. This spring, the family, the daughters had bought a number of plants. And we both got down on our hands and knees and planted these flowers together as a team.
Involving your clients in your day-to-day chores can help them feel involved in what's going on around them. While it may slow your work down, it's important to remember that your role is to help your client compensate for their losses. By involving them in your activities, you're giving your clients a very important sense of purpose and responsibility.
In asking our Alzheimer's clients to do a task, sometimes they do not comply. So I'll ask them if they could please keep my company in doing the laundry or help me to make the lunch, and they will give me certain times that they will help me doing things. And for instance, the laundry, they'll say 10 minutes, so they'll come down with me, giving me enough time to have this in the washer that we can go back upstairs, because I never leave my Alzheimer's clients alone.
Making the beds, doing the dishes, folding clothes. These are things that they've seen a lot, and they may not do it exactly the way that it should be done, but I just let them do it the way they're going to do it that day. Some days are better than other days. It depends on their moods. Sometimes they're very, very aggressive, and they won't go along with you. So that's to be expected, and we know that.
One of the most challenging activities in your day may involve bathing and dressing your client. Make the bathing experience positive and free of stress by relaxing and following a routine whenever possible.
One of the first steps I do is asking the family what routine she already had. Maybe she prefers getting dressed in the bathroom after her bath, or she prefers even taking her bathrobe in with her. And once I establish the routine, I usually explain to her step by step what I'm doing. Because, for example, if she's put in the bathtub, even on a bath stool, and I run the water, sometimes that noise alone might upset her, and she may start to get confused. So I explain to her step by step, and that really, it takes away any confusion that the client may already have, because it is a stranger giving her a bath, and she may not appreciate that. If there is resistance still, then I suggest to her, well, let's go for a sponge bath. And if she's still resistant to that, I would, ask her later. And once I got to establish a rapport with her.
Not every part of your day will be filled with wall-to-wall activities. nor should it. Make time to sit down with your client, to relax and talk together.
Ways that I've learned that I've been communicating with them is when they smile or they give a hug or something that you know that they don't normally do that makes you feel you have communicated with them.
When they really look at me eye to eye contact and they give me a little smile or a grin, then I know I sort of gotten through to my client.
All of us are creatures of habit, comfortable in our routines, safe in the knowledge that things will stay the same until we choose to change them. For the Alzheimer client, change is sometimes out of their control. The effect on their routine can be not only disturbing, it can be frightening too.
When I go on vacation, I will first of all inform the family members that I'm going away on holidays and give them the specific date and the length of time that I will be away. Next, I will speak to my Alzheimer's client and instill on them every day that I'm going away on holiday, and the dates I will leave and the date I will return. And we also will mark it on the calendar. So every day when I go in, I will say to my client that I will be going on holiday on so-and-so date and I will be returning back on so-and-so date. That I will be only going for a very short time and I will be back. But you have to constantly repeat and repeat and repeat.
The rewards of the job that come when I'm dealing with an Alzheimer client usually comes from the family. Seeing the relief on their faces usually means that I'm doing a good job in lessening their load.
It really pleases you to see some of the clients, how they appreciate it. And you can go home happy because they know that they're well taken care of. And it's very, very rewarding.
You, as a home support worker, play an extremely important role in the day-to-day lives of your clients. It's your actions, your interest, and your energy that allows those you care for to retain their self-respect, their dignity, and their independence. What we've shown you here are only a few of the strategies that may work in organizing and implementing the day-to-day activities of your Alzheimer clients. Keep in mind that what you bring to the relationship with your client goes far beyond a meeting of their basic needs. It involves building a trusting relationship that makes those you care for feel needed and able to contribute. And that is one of the most valuable things you can do.